Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for the 27th of October. And just on the weekly chart here, I've been, as you may know, I've been viewing this as, well, wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and we're heading up here for roughly up here for wave 1, coming back for wave 2, and then pushing higher into this space here. Now, this particular whole pattern through here, I mean, it's in its very early stages, and you know, can it be corrective? That's the question. You know, can it pull back down into these and test these lows? Possibly, but there's a few things that that stand out for me on the bullish side. First of all, this particular move down through here, as you may be able to see, well, we'll just call it an A and a B and a C wave here. It's corrective, it's not impulsive. So that means that we should be taking that high out here. It could still, even taking this high out here, still could be corrective over this point, but it should take that high out because it's a corrective pattern. The other point that makes it bullish too is this move through here being in 5 waves here. We can take a closer look at that. Having 5 waves here should give us another 5 waves over here for this. So that's why I've always sort of been bullish, and since I started doing the videos, I'm not sure where it was now, down here somewhere, you know, we were always waiting for the first thing, and the first thing was taking this high out here, because we had 5 waves here. We should get another 5 waves, so that's occurred. And I've suggested some trade positions in here. As you may know, I'm just stacking, as they call it, so I'm just buying $1,000 Australian dollars every week. I may add to that in some larger amounts as the market moves up. But anyway, let's go in and take a look at where we are at the moment. So on the daily chart, so I'll just move this out. In fact, I'll just bring it back to 200 here. So yeah, look, as I mentioned, this wave 2 low here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up here for wave 1, and an ABC for wave 2 here. And so from this wave 2 here, if this count is correct, we've got wave 1 here and 2 here, and we're looking up for wave 3, 4, and 5 to make wave 1 here, and then a pullback in here for wave 2. I think that it will be pretty interesting, really, if let's just say that we get this wave 3, 4, and 5. Let's just say that occurs just for the moment, because it should do, because we've got this we're looking at 5 waves. We need to count 5 waves here. So the interesting part about all of this, I think, will be when we get this, if we get this correction through here, we'll be in 3 waves. How far it pulls back is something that we need to determine. But this wave 2 here just came to the top of this wave 3 here. It didn't pull back to 61.8%. as such. So if it pulled back to its 61.8%, would be down here further, and we were looking at that, but we didn't miss anything. We just waited, and we you know, continued to move in at the right time. But what I'm suggesting here is that we've got wave 2 here, so we're in this 3rd wave. There is another wave 2 further over of a large one, so that's a wave 2. So we're in that wave 3, we're in this wave 3, we're in intermediate wave 3, and then we're going to be in minor wave 3, and then we'll also be in, copy this here, we'll also look for this one here as well. So all of these here, these are really where, you know, if you're going to get into some trades, then understanding that this would be the A, B, C here, taking out the B wave here, would confirm that we're going to be going up into wave 3 at that point. So we're going to be, even at this one, the 3rd of the 3rd of the 3rd here. So we really want to be catching this one across here. And this wave 1 may come up to the 15,000 here, and this wave 2 here, this ABC, may be across this this level here like this and then move up from that point. So we'll get to all of that when we get to it. But the takeaway here is that once we get into this wave 2 and this wave 2, the market's really going to move off quite quickly at this point. So we need to be prepared for that. But today our focus is really just in around this area here. These lines are the trading levels, so just using the Fibonacci as a price ratio, so 13 is a Fibonacci number, so in this case it makes up a major level, and we've just been vibrating there, so let's just go in and check that out. We'll just come back a little bit. So yeah, we've been looking at this as wave 1, an A and a B and a C, as you know, and then counting this as wave 1 here and 2 here, and wave 1 here and 2 here. And I'll just move that up there a little bit. I mean, as a corrective pattern here too, I'll just point out too that, in here we could look at this here as a triangle pattern, as an A and a B and a C wave finishing right here. So it could be a bearish pattern to this point here, and we just come all the way down from that point. That's one thing that we need to keep in mind at this point. But yeah, so I mean, I just needed to, well, I have pointed that out before. We have held a count on that. But that top there would be significant in terms of a bearish pattern that we need to move out of. So really we need to move above this one here to help us confirm that we're still in the bullish trend. Okay, so because if this was a triangle pattern here, the B wave would finish here at least, and then this would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up to this point. So anyway, so there is a contention at this point in the structure, but otherwise blue wave 1, blue wave 2, and then up for wave 3 here, and then wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, so 5 waves within that sequence there. I do have another count for this area through here, and I will go to the tick chart to mention that. In terms of the trades, we've taken these green lines have been our trades. We've moved the stop to here. We've taken a percentage here. We're leaving the stop out of the way because from wave 2 blue here to wave 3 and back to wave 4 here, the 38.2% is actually down closer to the 12,000 there. I doubt if it will come that far down, but I just got to point it out anyway. That's the 38.2% retracement level. My take on it is that I think we'll stick to the 13,000 like a magnet, and we'll do our business, and then it will do its business and then move up. Of course it will vibrate, which it has been vibrating, and the vibrations can get larger cross here. What I mean by that is that they arrive here and they start and they just sort of get a bit larger like this. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, and when they're done and dusted they'll move off like that, so to speak. But yeah, so I do have another count for this here, and the other count that I've got is I've got blue wave 3 sitting here on this top here for this one. So I'm just going to go to the tick chart because this is where we were talking about things before. So I won't go back into the history here too much, but we've been counting up here as wave 1 here and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up here, a bit messy. The last time we spoke, I think we were in around here somewhere, I think, or maybe even here, I can't remember. But I did map out all of this here in terms of looking at wave 5 of 3 of 4 of 5 of 5 of 3 and an A and a B and a C for wave 4 and then up for wave 5. Now, I was a little bit lucky, and it played out pretty close. Probably a bit of adjusting, of course, but yeah, I mean, that's where we are. So it's possible if I can just sort of update this tick chart here at least. And see wave here for wave 4. So the blue wave 4 may already be done here. So I'm just going to be tracking 2 counts here, but I'll also make things easier as well. I mean, wave 4s tend to pull back to the wave 4 of one lesser degree. So if we look at this one here, then the previous wave 4 was here, and then the previous wave 4 was here on this one. Well, it's not the previous wave 4, actually. That I'm telling porky pies, because the other wave 4 is down here. But most of the wave 4s are lining up across this level here, so that's all good at that point. As I mentioned before, it's possible to have a high in here and a top here, and then we'll be down for 1 and back for 2, down for 1 and back for 2. That's the 50-60% retracement level from this move here. So we can move lower, but I have to say this little move coming from here down to here, that would be 5 waves. That would be a wave 3 and 4 and 5, and 1 and 2 will be in the beginning there. As a wave 2 here, this is really quite big in terms of time compared to the wave 1 here. So it fits better as a B wave, so I'm quite happy with the correction here. It's probably 5 waves up to the 61.8% mark here, so we'll probably see a pullback to the 50-60% mark here. It may also be an A wave here and a B wave here, down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because don't remember that the 38.2% retracement level is, you know, down here for this. So it's possible for this to pull back down at this area here as well. So what we could say, if you've got long trades in here, I mean, like I mentioned before, I'm not actually trading it, I'm just buying, and where I'm buying it, where you see these little blue dollar signs, that's where I've been entering at that point, roughly anyway. So I think it'd quite be good to just have a look at the trading levels here for a moment. So we've got 13,000 here, right? And then we've got, above that, we've got group 1, which is 1, 2, and 3, which is 100, 200, and 300. And the purpose of this is that they act in certain ways in a bullish market and a bearish market. But in a bullish market, if the 300 here becomes the tested support, right, then I know that the market's leaving the 13,000 at that point. But we never got tested support here, so it's acted as resistance into that point. And then below group 1, when we've got 13,000, we've got group 2, which is 65, 72, and 80. So in this case, 12,650, 12,720, and the 800 here. So that's normally the support area for if the market's correcting at the 13,000, in this case the closest largest number, then group 1 and group 2 here act as the resistance and the support. That's its swing range at this point. So it's all been held nice and tightly within that space. So if it drops down through here, if we do get, I mean, I would just probably expect it to come here and then move up from that point. And show us a 5-wave sequence to the upside at that point. However, as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, the C wave has moved quite sharply here. It's sort of acting like a third wave, so it's quite possible that it can be an A and a B wave here, and then a C wave down here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming into that 38.2% retracement level there. But also too, as I mentioned before, if there's going to be a bear market at the top, well, that's going to be it here. But I don't think that's the case, simply based on how long this wave structure took to play out here for this. I mean, if it was a wave 2, it should be, you know, a third of that size. It should just be a quick move up and then straight down. But it does have that fast move down here, which you know, it tells me that it's bearish, it's its personality. So we'll just wait and see. What I can say, though, is that if this top here gets taken out, or we know that this is the 50-60% retracement level here, so if this is 5 waves up here and it moves back here as an ABC and then takes that top out, if it moves back here, not if it just goes straight up from that point, but if it moves back here and then moves up here, then you'll know that we're in bullish mode, and we'll probably head up to 13,500 at that point, between 400 and 500 at that point. So I just wanted to point out a little bit more about the trading levels here and the swing range within this space here, and also what it means for the bigger picture here. So as a breakout to the downside, we'd see that low get taken out. That will give us our 5 waves down here, which still can be wave 4, or it could be a top in place here and we're going down much further than that. Yeah, so we'll just see. We just need a little bit more price action for all of that. So let's just bring this in here. So we can expect it to come down to this space here, down into these levels here. And it'd be nice if it does, because then we know that then we can call this wave 1 here at that point, and wave 2 here. I could go in and count all this, but a bit busy. But it's at the 61.8%, so we're likely to see a turn here. So if it can pull back down here and then move up again here, then you could also go long above that point there. So just to recap a little bit, in one instance I've got blue wave 3 here and blue wave 4 here. In another instance, on the 4-hour chart, jumping from 100 ticks to there, is this situation here where we've got this green wave 4 here and green wave 5 here to make wave 3, and then wave 4. And to be honest, I think this, even though I've put a lot of detail into the other one, I would think that this would be the correct count here, with green wave 4 sitting here for that. And the reason for that is that if this little move here is blue wave 4, this blue wave 4 here, it's rather small compared to wave 2. Wave 2 was simple and sharp, so this one here would be more sideways and complex. So I think that we better prepare ourselves for a move up here in 5 waves, just taking out these tops here, but be careful about that, because we should see a move back as an ABC pattern from that point, and then move off from that stage. So we'll keep an eye on that. So we need all this to play out, and if we can make a new high here, even in wave 3 here, then that would be another step in the bullish zone. But really what we want to see in the bullish zone is, we want to see from this low here, we want to be able to count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. Then that will confirm that we're bullish at this point in time. And then, as I mentioned before, it's this wave 2 here that we really want to be studying here a lot, because this is where we want to really build in to some trades to the upside. And because I'm stacking, I will probably just add money into that at that point. I'll see what I've got spare. I've got a 20 sitting there, so I might put that in earlier. I'll just see. I just want to get a bit more confirmation, really. I don't want to put a load of money in the top here and get caught out and have to be down here with it. So we'll just I got plenty of time, because I don't have any stops in the market, so I'm okay in that regard. But everybody's doing their own thing. But yeah, alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.